La 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 la
Hey
la
folks,
la
I'm Camille
la
Who
la
Armstrong, the
la
performing arts
la
renaissance
la
woman. For
la
over 40
la
years,
la
I've worked as
la
a
la
performer,
la
educator, consultant, and coach. But
la
most
la
importantly, I'm a
la
parent.
la
From
la
classrooms to stages to bedtime routines, I've spent my life nurturing creativity, character, and connection in the next generation. This series is for you, whether you're expecting, learning as you go, or parenting for the first time, or even third time around. I'm here to share the insights, tools, and real talk I've gathered over 4 decades of hands on experience. Welcome to Camille Who, the Child Whisperer. I'm so glad you're here.
Children don't just need words, they need understanding. That's why parroting isn't learning. I'm Camille Who Armstrong here, and I am talking today about learning through association. When your child is learning words, I know that it's exciting, and I know that you want to, we become very overachieving as parents, right? We want our child to say all the words, and it's amazing to hear them say it, and it's amazing to hear them say it in front of their friends and their family, right? We kind of show our kids off, let's face it. Okay. But really, the more effective way of teaching your child words and language is through association. Like, they have to have a context of where they are, or what the actual word is. Then they have a full understanding. Now, I'm sure I shared this back in one or two of my other videos, but I use this same concept with my theater students. And that is, instead of reading the words, right, to a script, say we're doing script study, instead of reading the words and reciting them, right, because that's all you're doing is just repeating what's been said to you, or repeating a bunch of words. A lot of times it's like, once upon a time, and it's like, where's the feeling? Where's the storytelling? Where is that? You just rattled off a bunch of words, and it just was this one flat line. No vocal rises and lowers, and no kinds of no feeling, just a bunch of words being rattled off. And so we, as directors or teachers, we'd say, slow it down and tell us what you're saying. And they, sometimes students are like, what? Okay. But my students, I would make them study, or really just break down in the script or in one line, just one line. Here's what we do. Who's saying this one line? Okay, what kind of person are they? Why are they saying it? What are they doing while they're saying this? Now, the student then has this full context: where the person is, how old they are, why they talk that way, who they're talking to, are they sad, are they like explaining something, are they um yelling something? Are they denying something? Are they walking, talking? All of these things have to be understood before a child can now read a script and it sound like, or recite a monologue, and it sound like something that's engaging. It's because they have a better understanding and a full context of the words that they're saying. The same principle, goes true in teaching your child language. It's one thing to have your child parrot you, okay? Can you say orange? Can you say this? And can you say chair? Can you say that? Can you see that? Like, all these words that they really don't know what they are. They just know to repeat. And repeating is cute, but me, when I talk to a child, it doesn't impress me. When I hear them repeat what mom just said, it doesn't tell me that they understand. Like, if mom said, "Can you say doggy?" and the child says doggy, There's no doggy around. The child doesn't have a connection with what they're saying. They're just repeating. That's not impressive to me because I know that's what is happening. They're just parroting. What's impressive to me is if a doggy goes by and the child goes, "Doggy!" Now that's impressive. Why? Because they know what the doggy looks like. So they understand that the word doggy is that thing. Okay? It's not just mom said to say it, I say it. I hope you're following me. So yeah, it ends up becoming just shallow repetition. There's no depth, there's no understanding of the language that your child is learning. And so what happens is your child becomes frustrated because they have a harder time and take a longer time to express their feelings and express their words because they don't have an understanding of what these words mean. And then it becomes frustrating for the parent because the parent is like, "What are you saying? What?" And a lot of times a child will say, and they'll like, because they can't quite string the words together because they don't have a context. They don't have an understanding of words, the words that they say, or the words that are in their arsenal, their vocabulary. So parents get frustrated because they want to help their child. The child gets frustrated because they want to express and they want something, but they don't have the understanding of words enough to express that thing. Another downside to not having an understanding of words is that there's a delayed communication confidence happening here, right? If your child can't express themselves to you because of their lack of understanding of words and language, then they're going to have a hard time expressing themselves to other people in social situations, in schools, around your family members. They're going to get shy. They won't answer questions. They won't have conversations. And I'm not to say that this is forever, but that will be delayed. The benefits, obviously, are the opposite, right? Your child has a deeper understanding of what they're saying, so then they can take that knowledge and they can place it and say another sentence that you never heard them say. Why? Because they know how to use that word in a sentence. They know how to use that word and apply it to the right thing. That's a deeper understanding of language. Yeah, then they get to express themselves a little bit better. They'll have a little time where it's not coming together, the words are not coming together, but they will be able to, it just won't take as long as if they just have a bunch of words in their vocabulary. They will be able to express themselves a whole lot better and deeper to you as a parent. Natural communication skills, right? They can communicate to you as a parent. They can talk to their cousins and to their aunts and uncles and their teachers and whoever cares for them. If mom and dad are at work, they really just can communicate, and it is fun communicating with a 3 and a 4-year-old child, 2-year-olds even. It's so much fun because they're just, I mean, like, and they get their physical body into the explanation, and they just, when you talk to them using the words that you taught them in context, they can understand it. They can then take it and twist it and use it in another way, or, and it'll surprise you because you'll just be like, well, right, of course, because you know how to use that word. Man, I tell you, once putting intention into your child, and when it comes back to you, it is one of the most satisfying accomplishments that one can have as a parent. There's nothing like it, I tell you. And also learning language, learning words with context, and learning through association with sounds and visuals and places sparks their curiosity. Because if a tree has a leaf, then does a cat tree have a leaf? It's called a cat tree. Why doesn't it have a leaf? And these are things that, a 3-year-old would start to answer, would start to ask, and you'd be blown away by the questions they come up with because of their understanding of language. It's amazing. It's amazing. So here's some examples on ways that you can teach your child. Oh, because I've seen this. I have seen parents with flashcards. Look, listen, parents, I'm just going to say this right now. First of all, if your child's 7 months old, 8 months old, 9 months old, 10 months old, they don't really necessarily need to know all those words that come on those flashcards. Okay? Not only that, a card is 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 a card. All of this is just a card. A lot of 7-month-olds are teething, so they're just going to take the card and they're going to chew on the card. It means nothing to them if they don't have a visual. If they don't, and it's just a card with another color on it. It's just a card with another color on it. They don't even know colors. They just know that this card looks different, but it's just a card, and there's another card and another card, and it's great for chewing. And some kids, it's great for throwing, okay? You're not teaching children words that way. It's not as effective as you think it is. And I'm not sure what you're getting them ready for. Like if they got to go to school and they have to know all these words, I don't know. People overteach kids. Don't be one of those parents that overteach your child. I remember, I don't know, about 20, could have been 30 years ago, where they had a whole system on teaching your child how to read at age, before they're a year old. When are they going to need it? Even if they went to daycare, they're learning daycare stuff. At their level, they're not going to need to read anything. Your child is not going to need to read something to tell you anything, unless, really you just need your child to express what they need, or what they want, or somebody hit them, or like what happened when they went to a place, right? You want that, or when they're hungry, or those kinds of things. Like, why do they need to read? I don't know. I digress. It is not necessary for all of that, parent. Okay? You want them to be in the present, to know the words that are applicable for the present time, for what they're doing, for what they're going through. This is why I always condone, or this is why I promote narrating, right? Telling your child what they're doing as they're doing it. Telling your child what you're doing as they're doing it. They're getting familiar with these words. They're getting familiar with when certain words are being used, and how and what they're seeing that's happening. They're associating that word with what they're seeing, especially if it gets repeated. So there's that, but there's also, now you can take, when you bring your child outside, you bring them to a tree, and don't even worry about the tree, okay? You just bring them to the tree, and then you take a leaf off of there, and you give them the leaf. That's a leaf. They saw you pick the leaf off of the tree. They saw the leaf, and you put the leaf in their hand, and you called it a leaf. That is a whole experience that your child will now record in their brain. And if you go outside and every time you do it, you go leaf, and give them the leaf. They can pick it apart, they can rip it up, whatever it is. The point is, they know now they have this experience of a leaf comes off of that big tall thing, right? That big thing. And then I can hold it, but they remember the feeling of it. They remember the word that's associated with the thing and the experience. This is how you want to teach your child. Later on, you can say, that's a big tree. That tree has a lot of leaves. Okay? Now you're sneaking in the word tree. That tree has a lot of leaves. Whoa, sometimes I go leaf, 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 leaf. Woo, that's a lot of leaves. Okay? It's totally up to you. Use your imagination. But you want to use what is in your child's grasp. Give them an experience, and they will record it as an experience. They not only are going to repeat when you say leaf, and they say leaf, or they just stare at you blank and embarrass you in front of your friends because they don't repeat what you want them to repeat to show off in front of your friends and your family. Shame on you, parents. But you now have they know what a leaf is once you say leaf, right? Now, when that happens and they have that experience, if you tell them to say leaf, they're going to look around. Like if you're in the house and there are no leaves and no trees and you say leaf, your child's going to look around. They're going to look around for trees. They're going to look around for trees that they can take a leaf off of. Yeah, because that's their experience that they have associated with that word. Pine cones are great. Airplane, saying hi to the airplane, bye airplane, and saying it nice and loud. They hear it. They hear how loud you are. They hear how long your voice gets. They see the airplane flying by. They know that when they hear the word airplane, they're attaching that experience to that word, right? So when you say to a child, are you getting on an airplane? And there's no airplanes around, they're not going to understand what you're talking about because there are no airplanes. They're probably just going to look out the window or something, but they won't be able to answer that question. Let's see, cars, right? Saying hi to cars, bye to cars. When a motorcycle goes by, I go, motorcycle. And then that child attaches that experience, that audio to that word, and they see the motorcycle go by. They hear the sound the motorcycle makes. I like giving character to certain words, okay, with teaching children their language, because sometimes a child will then learn bicycle, and they'll go bicycle. Oh no, bicycle, not motorcycle. Bicycle. And so now they're learning that there's a difference between a motorcycle, because a motorcycle makes that sound, but a bicycle doesn't. When you're lifting something, right? You lift something, you go, oh, heavy. There's an experience attached to weight. Okay? So anytime your child, and they just see you do that a couple times with something heavy. Anytime your child picks up something heavy, and it doesn't have to be the same object, they can pick up just another object. But if they're like, then they associate what they're feeling with when they saw mom or dad go, oh, heavy. Okay? And another thing that you can add on to that is heavy. Oh, I need muscles. I need my muscles. Okay? Or you go heavy. Oh, it's a good thing I got my muscles, And you do that, and then before you know it, your child is going, hey, muscles. They do the same thing, and they understand that it takes muscles to pick up something heavy. It's better to understand how and when to use a word than to just repeat a word that's being said. I'm saying all of that to say that. Here's another cool thing that you could do with your 1-year-old. If you're looking for a toy, say you're looking, or just looking for a pillow. Oh, pillow, while you're looking for it. Where are you? Oh, bottle, where are you? Or baby, or oh, baby, whatever the child's name is, where are you? I swear, your child, when they are looking for something they can't find, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, Nana, where are you? Right, because they know that they are looking for something, and this is what you say when you're looking for something. Oh, mama, where are you? Oh, dada, where are you? It's so cool seeing those things come back just in full understanding. Learning through association. So much better than parroting. I'm Camille Who Armstrong, and I am out of here.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Camille Who, the Child's Whisperer. A heartfelt thank you to the generous supporters of the Books and Beyond campaign. This series wouldn't be possible without you. If you're a new or expecting parent, I created Better Parent, Better Future just for you. I empower first-time parents to embrace a positive mindset and navigate those early parenting years with confidence and joy. Click the link in the description to learn more or to find out how we can work together. Until next time, keep showing up, keep growing, and keep leading with love.